Who are the Stumpbusters? Juan Savage and Joe Heineman. Together, they have over 7 weeks of experience in Miss Stump's class. Joining them, Martin Balachi and Ben Imahara. They don't just tell the myths, they put them to the test.
Hi there, and welcome to Stumpbusters. I'm Juan Savage.
And I'm Joe Heineman, and together, we're the Stumpbusters.
Hey Joe, do you know what a political party is?
No, Juan. You could say that I'm stumped.
Well, a political party is a group of citizens who organize to
win elections, hold public offices, operate the government, and determine public policy.
And did you also know that here in the United States, citizens usually
identify themselves as Democrats or Republicans, and the party organization includes national leaders, state and county chairpersons, and other activists who independently run at the national, state, and local levels.
I thought you didn't know anything.
I lied.
Well, anyway, the function of a political party is to
recruit and nominate candidates for public office, run political campaigns, articulate positions of issues, critique the policies of party in power, and serve as like an institution that connects citizens to government.
So, Juan, are you trying to say that all countries have the same party system?
Thanks for bringing that up, Joe, because that brings us to our next myth. We'll be testing the myth that all countries have the same political system.
Grant, go build some teleporters so we can go to different countries and see what types of political systems they have.
My name's Ben. Why do you keep calling me that? Anyway, I've already built one. It's over there.
Let's go.
While they're looking at political systems in other countries, let's take a look at America's own political values.
Hey guys, it's me, Martin Balachi, the coolest Stumpbuster ever. I'm here to answer everybody's questions.
Alright, well how about you tell everyone about America's own political values?
Okay, well I don't really know them right off, but who needs facts when you got swag like me?
Well, for one, that guy and that guy and that guy in the back with the face right there needs some facts.
Fine. I don't really know much, but I can tell you that
Americans share a strong commitment to a group of core political values that include belief in freedom, political equality, individualism, and equality under the law. I also know that most of us identify as moderates that fall between liberal and conservative views, and not many of us have advocated for a strong socialistic system.
That's pretty good, but you missed the part about single-member districts.
Did you know almost all American elections are held in single-member districts, and the candidate who receives the most votes is the winner? Also, in a plurality election, the winner is the person who receives the most votes. In a majority election, the winner is the person who receives more than half of the votes.
I do now.
But that's not all.
Also, in a proportional representation, legislative seats are given according to the proportion of vote it receives. In a winner-take-all, the same party would receive no seats. The winner-take-all discourages the emergence of minor parties by forcing them to wager expensive campaigns with a minimal chance of winning offices. Single-member districts are dominated by 2 parties.
Dominated by 2 parties? But what if I wanted to run without joining either of the major parties?
That's going to be difficult.
Because the names of Democratic and Republican candidates are automatically placed on state ballots. In contrast, minor party candidates must persuade registered voters to sign petitions in order to have their names placed on the ballot.
You know, America's had a 2-party system since 1800. This tradition has made it very difficult for a third party to become a major force in American politics.
Nah, I don't care. I'm gonna run for president anyway.
Phew. Travel through time sure is hard.
and long.
In Soviet Russia, that is what she said.
We must be in Soviet Russia. Who are you?
I am Joseph Stalin, great and almighty leader of Soviet Union.
Well, this is convenient. Mr. Stalin, would you mind telling our viewers a little bit about how your government works?
We are communism, the greatest and most powerful system of government ever invented. All members of government come from one political party, and one party exercises total control of the government.
Thank you for that. We will be leaving now.
All members of the party are eradicated with a swift and merciless blow. We water the fields with the blood of our enemy. By the way, you won't happen to be from one of those disgusting capitalist countries, would you?
We're Americans, but watch out because we're from Texas.
Not even Soviet Russia messed with Texas.
Thank you. On to our next political system.
Huh. Wonder where we're at now.
Bonjour!
Wow, we must be in present-day France.
Oui, oui! Baguette, croissant, paper le pew, Eiffel Tower, how did you know?
Just a hunch.
Would you mind telling our viewers a little bit about the political system in your country?
Well, First of all, we have a, what is it called, a multi-party system. And that is a political system in which a number of political parties compete for a political office. Each party represents a different ideology about government policies.
Okay, goodbye.
Wait, would you not like a croissant?
No, thank you. We really must be going now.
Bang, 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 bang.
I wonder where we are now.
Now introducing the President of the United States, Mark Malaysia.
My fellow Americans, what a year 2013 has been. I'm glad that I got to be president, even though I wasn't part of the two main parties that we have in America. Despite the fact that I was a member of a third party, I came up strong and I won. Bang! 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 Bang!
Hey guys, we're done with our myth. What are you guys working on?
Oh, we're testing the myth of how to become president, even though he's a third-party candidate.
Vote Mark.
The best, worst option. What were your results?
Well, first off, your myth is confirmed because we just came from the future and Martin was president. But I would like to point out that a regular third-party candidate winning any election is highly unlikely. But our myth that all countries have the same political system is straight up busted.
Yeah, we learned that there are three main types of party systems. A one-party system such as in Soviet Russia, a multi-party system such as in France, and a two-party system such as in the US.
Someone say party? Because I love to party.
Wake up, Martin. Why are you so tired?
I haven't really been able to get much sleep lately because of this question I've been having.
Well, what is it?
Well, I really want to know what a party area is because it sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, sorry, Martin. A party era really isn't that much fun unless you're part of the governing organization. A party era is actually historical periods dominated by one party.
So, I guess a party realignment isn't when you go from house to house looking for some good times?
Sorry, but party realignment is when the majority party is displaced by the minority party, thus ushering in a new party era. It is triggered by a critical election, such as when a national crisis forces voters to confront divisive issues. It forces voters to change their traditional patterns of party loyalty. Anyway, I'll give you some details right after the commercial break. In an America with only one political party, the Federalists reign supreme. But two men are out to put an end to them: Thomas Jefferson and James Madison, both from the Democratic Republican Party and advocate for limited government.
So, you want to create a strong central government and national bank? It's quite simple, really. We kill the Jefferson.
We need to stop the creation of this national bank by creating a coalition of farmers, shopkeepers, laborers, and planters.
Don't try any of what you're about to see at home.
We're what you call experts. And so that's the story of the first party system. Thomas Jefferson eventually defeated Federalist President John Adams in 1800. This marked the first time that a party in power peacefully gave up power after losing an election. Oh wait, did I start before the commercial was over? Oh well. After the first party system, the Jackson and the Democrats came to power.
That's right, 1828 to 1856 if I recall correctly. By Andrew Jackson, the Democratic Party supported voting rights for all white males, opposed the national bank, and used the spoils system. Supporters included debtors, pioneers, and small farmers. The Whigs, led by Henry Clay and Daniel Webster, supported high tariffs in the national bank. Supporters included bankers, merchants, industrialists, and the owner of plantations.
You know what I think is funny? I think it's interesting how the Republican era lasted from the 1860s to 1964.
No, that's not right. You forgot about the FDR and New Deal coalition. 1932 to 1964?
No, I thought Franklin Roosevelt was a Republican.
Nope. And I can prove it to you if you take the teleporter.
Let's call it a myth. I set it to the year 1912.
Wait, I thought it just teleported randomly.
No, Joe and Watt just don't know how to use it. Anyway, this should be the year Republican William Howard Taft is up for re-election. I want to find out more about the Republican era before we test our next myth.
Well, hello there.
William Taft, what a surprise. Would you mind telling us more about the Republican era?
Sure. The issue of slavery dominated American politics during the 1850s, and it split Democrats and Whigs. This allowed for a Republican Party, which was dynamic in its protest against slavery, to elect Abraham Lincoln in 1860.
The Democratic Party was a dominant party in the South for the next 100 years. Another critical election happened in 1896. Democratic William Jennings Bryan advocated for free silver and regulation. Republican William McKinley advocated for a gold standard, high tariffs, and industrialization.
Cool. Thanks, William Taft. On to 1933, the year of Franklin Roosevelt.
What did you say?
Look, potential campaign donors.
Where?
Well, I guess that's all the myths we have for you today.
Wait, I still have questions. I have heard a lot about Richard Nixon. Why was his presidency so unique?
Well, that's a good question. The election of Richard Nixon in 1968 marked the beginning of Republican dominance. With the exception of the Carter presidency, Republicans held the White House from 1969 to 1993.
How was Nixon able to mark the beginning of a period of Republican dominance in presidential politics?
Well, the Republicans adopted a Southern strategy designed to break the Democratic Party's dominance in the South. Party realignment gradually occurred. Nixon's election marked the first time in the 20th century that a newly elected president came to the White House while the opposing party controlled Congress. This pattern of divided government has dominated American politics since Nixon's election.
Okay, so from what you're telling me, it sounds like this pattern of divided government has very few negative consequences.
Actually, I'm not sure that having the president from one party and then having Congress from the opposing party has any consequences at all. Let's test this myth by walking down to our local courthouse and asking an expert on the subject.
1933, the year of the Great Depression. Let's go test our myth that Franklin Roosevelt was a Republican.
Alright. Hey look, someone over there might help us. Change for a poor soul. I'm the grandson of a World War I veteran.
I might be able to help you if you can answer some questions for us. Can you tell us more about Franklin Roosevelt and what political party he's from?
He is a Democrat. His New Deal programs advocated for relief, recovery, and reform, and his presidency marked an end to a long stream of Republican presidents. As a Southern Catholic labor union member who lives in an urban environment, his policies really appealed to me. They also appealed to African Americans and Jews. However, his policies do not appeal to wealthy industrialists and northern business leaders. Thank you. Are you sure he was a Republican? Oh, yes. Okay, off to the garage. Would you mind helping us bust the myth that there are no negative consequences when the President and Congress are from opposing parties? Actually, there are three main negative consequences. It heightens partisanship and makes it more difficult for moderates to negotiate compromises. It slows down the confirmation and legislative processes, and it increases public frustration.
Wow, we really had no idea that such a conflict would create such complications. I guess this myth is busted.
Now time for a commercial break. Have you ever felt out of place? Or maybe you feel strongly about a controversial issue. Do you want for a major party to adopt your ideals? Well, today's your lucky day, because now you can. Join the minor party. Minor party candidates are excluded from presidential elections, but that doesn't mean you can't play a spoiler role by playing critical support for a candidate and thus affecting the outcome of a presidential election. Don't believe us? We were with Ralph Nader's Green Party and gave critical support to Al Gore in 2000. Listen to this satisfied customer.
The minor party made all my dreams come true. I joined the ranks of charismatic leaders such as Theodore Roosevelt and his Bull Moose Party, and George Wallace's American Independent Party, by becoming an important force in American politics today.
Want to organize around a single issue or ideology? The minor party is right for you.
Okay, so are you sure we covered all the myths?
I'm pretty sure we did. But if you have any more questions about political parties, don't ask us, because this is the only episode we're making.